What's going on, everybody? It's Al out of Brooklyn, New York City. So, it's DJ Akademiks, man. Hands down, no competition, DJ Akademiks. You see, he has shown now that he is truly independent, you know? Or what we are going to see is if he is truly independent. Akademiks shocked the hell out of me the other day in his recent video. You can actually pull it up and watch it for yourself. It's the one that says video shows Hunter Biden arguing with hookers over crack. Watch that video. The reason it's groundbreaking is because the people who everyone assumes runs the culture, right? Just look at Kanye. Kanye's going at Flex. Conway, the machine from Griselda's going at Funk Flex. You know, he's talking about Ebro, you know, and we all know that there's an assumption that Charlamagne has his finger on the pulse of the culture. So nah, man, it's DJ Akademiks. And the reason it's DJ Akademiks is because Charlamagne, Ebro, these guys specifically, they cover for the left. And what they do is they relish in the hypocrisy and they don't call it out, which is unfair. Similar to Diddy. He's another one that we gave a pass in the community for basically leading us astray and no accountability. So when you look at P. Diddy getting on the stage of the BET Awards and he gets presented by Kanye, someone who they demonized because of his support for Trump, but then they bring him in now in order for him to present Diddy. But notice Diddy told us vote or die for a whole year. Voted or died, and things are exponentially worse. On that stage, he wasn't supposed to tell black people we have to be more accountable. Why didn't he call out this current administration like they called out the last administration with all the ineptitude of the current administration? He also didn't mention anything crickets when Ice Cube's Platinum Plan for Black America. He was invited into the White House during the last administration. He got curved this administration. Nothing. So that is BS. Now, Akademiks is calling out a fact. Now, people have to remember, even though they probably don't, Hunter Biden's laptop was found last year. Every single station, new MSNBC, CNN, even Facebook, was suspending people, timing out people, me included, who were posting about it, saying that it was misinformation and fake news. Fast forward now, everyone knows that it's real. It's not fake. And again, Charlamagne's not touching on it. Ebro's not touching on it. Only Akademiks is touching on it, which means the only person in the culture brave enough, independent enough to actually tell us the truth about what's going on in the world is DJ Akademiks. It's Akademiks. Now, I'll give Flex, Clue, these guys a pass because they're strictly DJs. They're spinning music. They're not up there being Don Lemon like Charlamagne and Ebro. These guys put on their political pundit hats like they're the smartest political analysts on the face of the earth, which is bullshit. Because unless you find a fault on your side twice a day, like a broken clock is right twice a day, you're full of crap. So if you have nothing negative to say about Biden at this point, you crazy or you're full of crap. Especially if you're what you call a quote-unquote leader or someone that, you know, communicates with the African-American, with people of color on a daily freaking basis. So Akademiks touching on this and even get even deeper. Him saying that he's going to vote for 45 again, regardless of what y'all black leaders. And he's talking about the Angela Ryes, the Marc Lamon Hills, the Bakari Sellers, the Don Lemons, even the Ebros that they bring down. And then they have the people like the Jeezy that say to vote for Biden, and then, you know, the Puffys, and then they have the LeBron calling Trump a bum. This is what they do. They use the culture, they use celebrities, actors, and actresses to tell you who to vote for Meanwhile, when life is hard now, gas is expensive, they tell you bullshit like Putin price hike, because they figure people are too stupid to realize that gas has been going up immediately after Biden took office, because the first executive order that he signed was to stop gas and oil production in states like, Alaska, Texas, and, gas in New York. But he stopped our energy independence. That's why gas is up. It's not Putin. But you got to be a fool to believe that stuff. So hats off to academics, but be careful, they're going to come at you. One thing that I noticed already is in Twitter, they already have hashtag DJ Aka derogatory statements. So that's how it's going to start. But what's going to happen is the people who you have your deals with, your platforms, I'm glad you have a contract, because you could sue them for breach of contract. The powers that be, when they analyze and they quantify the pull that you have and the push that you have, they're going to be like, this dude can't be sending this message because he has too much of a pulse on the culture. So for him to be saying he's going to vote for 45 is going to probably push millions to vote for 45. They're going to have you come with another message, Act. Stand your ground, Act. You're on the side of right. You're on the side of right. You got to think about it. When you talk about the left, you talk about Democrats. I'm a registered independent, day one, registered independent. We're talking about reality. Men can't have babies. Biological men with penises can't have babies. But they want to make you think that because someone dresses up, that they can. Just like the swimmer who recently won the Woman of the Year award, and you have Riley Gaines, a former swimming star, University of Kentucky, who's upset about it, but they're upset at her, a real woman, because she's calling out the fact that a biological man won Woman of the Year award. What's the connection to this is not calling out hypocrisy and BS when you should call out hypocrisy and BS. That's basically the point. And academics is doing it. I'm disappointed in Charlamagne and Ebro, because these are people, they're married with children, so the future of the world should be important for them. But it's clear, people are given positions and power and payment to shut the F up. Charlamagne has said certain things about it, about negative things about Biden, because the hypocrisy is just there. And after a while, you just look like a fraud when you don't call it out. Charlamagne has touched on it, but these other cats, man, they full of it. But shout out to academics. Be careful. They're going to come out of the woodwork to get you. And the people who are going to come out of the woodwork to get you are the people in the culture. Watch anyone in the culture that goes at academics. Watch these elitist Negroes, these political pundits. I named a few before. They're the ones that's going to come at academics. Watch them, because there's nothing that he said that was wrong. Like he says, you could insult Trump, it's cool. You say anything about Biden, his hair's out of place, they start to go at you and they want to cancel you. Why? Like he said, that's some Illuminati-ish. Why can't you say why could you say something about one, you can't say something about the other? People have saw the video circulating when Biden was on the floor of Congress and he was talking about, if you get caught with this amount of crack, you get 5 years in jails with no probation. Meanwhile, on the split screen, they had a picture of his son weighing 20 grams of crack or something like that on a digital scale. Come on, man. You people got to wake up. So, shout out, ACT. Be careful. This is going to be the first of many videos covering you having the bravery to speak up on facts and truth. And we're going to get back to this. Peace, everybody.